Let's take a few real deep breaths. Big breath in, feel the belly expand. The ribs lift, the spine lengthens, and let it out. Exaggerate the next two breaths. Huge breath in to fill up as much of your torso with fresh breath as you can. And then let it go. Once again, fill up. At the top of this inhale, if it feels all right, suspend the breath for a moment. Tuck the chin down. Let the tongue rest on the roof of the mouth. Lengthen up through back of neck. Feel the energy build in the lung space. And then when it starts to get too much, let it go. And the next several breaths, nice and slow and deep, not quite so dramatic. If your nose is clear, in and out through the nose. But at any point during practice, you can turn to that technique of letting it out the mouth as a way to let go of tension, let go of distraction. So a little side bending. Inhale to lengthen the spine, option to reach the arms up. You may or may not choose to use the arms. Exhale, reach over to the left side, left hand down, right arm reaches to lengthen out. Think out more than down as you fill up the space between the ribs with breath. Exhale, soften the neck. Head starts to relax, tractioning one end of spine, root down through tailbone, pubic bone to anchor the other end of your spine. And then push off your bottom hand. Inhale to a tall spine. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale up to center. Exhale, twist to your right. Left hand to the right knee. Continue to lengthen up through the back of the spine as you spiral. If it's right to look over the right shoulder, you can. If that creates extra tension in the neck, then keep the chin lined up over the center of the chest. Inhale, center, tall spine, option to use your arms to lengthen. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, center, change the cross of your legs, and we'll turn that into a little bit of a flow. Inhale, arms up or simply lengthen the spine up. Exhale, side bend to the right, right hand down. And then press off the right hand. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. twist to the right. Exhale, left hand, right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Again, inhale, center. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, tall. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. We'll do a couple more rounds. Change the cross of your legs one more time. And I'll let you go at your own pace. The sequence, side bend, twist, twist. Of course, if you want to stick with the twists or hold any position for a few breaths, be my guest. These are all movements that will increase our breathing space, make for ease of breathing. So use them that way. And use the arms if you're choosing to use them in a way that feels like it opens the whole rib cage. If it feels tweaky on the shoulders, then leave the hands down. Just move your spine. 2 more full rounds on your own. That's 8 breaths. And when you complete this last round, we'll meet either in a wide butterfly, soles of the feet together, feet at least 18 inches away from your pelvis, not too close in. Of course, you can prop underneath your knees, or you can actually use your own arms as props if you slide them underneath your shins from the inside and bow your head. Continue to expand the space between the ribs as you breathe in. To target any tense areas with your exhale and soften. And leave your head heavy. Reach back through your tail. Draw navel to spine. And hands can help walk your spine back up to straight. Maybe a hand props your head up. Spinal twist. Straighten your legs out for a moment. Then bend your right knee, foot on the floor. Option to cross the right foot over left leg if that's an appropriate leg position for you. Left hand or elbow to the right knee. Twist to your right. Now for this twist, lean back away from your right thigh a little bit. And then inhale, lift the side ribs off your hips. Get tall. Exhale again, look over right shoulder if that feels like a nice, important stretch for your neck. Otherwise, just pick an angle for your gaze that allows your neck to continue to release. Take a slow, full breath in. Feel for it releasing the low belly. And then exhale, engage the low belly to help walk you back up, to untwist and straighten your right leg out. Listen, if this is okay, draw your left knee open into a Janu position. Again, a block under here might feel appropriate. This is like half butterfly. Bow towards the right knee. And as always, bowing may be simply releasing the head, neck, and noticing how you will feel that echo all the way down your right leg. Without craning your neck, inhale, glance your eyes towards your toes, hug the low belly in, and use that to help you come up to sitting. Pick your left knee up, and if appropriate, cross it over the right. You're welcome to stay in this position if that's better for your hips, low back for your twist. Twisting to the left this time. Right hand to the left knee. Even if you're choosing the knee up variation, lean back away from your thigh a bit and feel for creating space with each inhale. On the out breaths, as the ribs move back in towards each other, the belly softens towards the spine, a sense of connecting back to center. And if you're pretty far back, walk yourself forward. Abdominals help. Straighten the left leg out. Draw the right knee open and bow towards the left knee. Reach back through tail. Hug the low belly in. Head follows the rest of the spine back up. And come on down to your back. Right away, pick up the right knee. Either left foot on the floor, active, lift and spread the toes, feel the left foot on the floor, standing, or you can straighten the left leg out and still put energy in the foot, your standing leg. If you can reach the right knee with ease, you'll use your hands, but you don't have to start to draw small circles with the right knee on the ceiling. So if you are using your hands, feel for the support of your arms creating the circles so the hip itself can relax. And the circles may get smoother and they may grow. Keep them relatively small. Focus on breathing down into the right hip. And move your circles in the other direction. If you prefer not to use your hands, you might put them underneath your seat to support your low back. And the right hip still relaxes as you let gravity, momentum create the action. Okay, set the right foot down. Activate it. Press ball of foot, lift toes, or straighten the right leg out if that feels more stable to your pelvis. Pick your left knee up. Inhale. Exhale, draw small circles. See if the rest of the pelvis can stay relatively steady. Yes, you will rock a little bit. But every once in a while, exhale the right side body heavy. Ground it. Reverse your circles if you have not. Right. And we'll switch again. Set your left active foot down, right knee in. And you might start by using your hands, but this time, if it's right for you, the circles will grow so much that maybe your hands aren't long, your arms aren't long enough to keep control of them. Start with your smaller circle and let them gradually spiral. Very normal to move through some initial crackles and crunches. But if you find yourself going over a repetitive popping place, like that starts to create heat, then I would keep the circle small and slow enough that you don't irritate that tissue. All right, circle in the other direction. Again, if you feel safe that it's not too poppy in there, you can let go to gravity completely. Focus more on just trying to keep the back body stable as your leg swings around. Bring your right knee to center, roll onto your left side for a spinal twist, all the way over to the left, and then open the right shoulder and or arm to the right. Just a few moments in stillness. And then rewind, come back onto your back. Stand the right foot either on the floor or you can straighten the right leg and put energy into it. And then start smallish circles with the left knee, one direction. And if they spiral out to real big free circles, you can absolutely let gravity take over if that feels lubricating, healing to you. You can feel for the gentle pump of the low belly with your breath. That's where your stability will come from supple low abdominals, not tense ones. All right, reverse the circles. And then roll all the way onto your right side, spinal twist. Start in a fetal curve. And then ease your left shoulder back. Your left shoulder may or may not make it to the floor. That's not very important unless you have shoulder pain. And it feels safest to lie flat on the back and rest your knees on a bolster. Do that. Feel the parts of your body that make contact with earth. Feel yourself settle. Then rewind to come back onto your back. Draw your knees to your shoulders like a wide knee child's pose. Thighs towards side ribs, big toes slightly towards each other. Maybe they touch, it's not important. Your arms can support the knees coming in, or you can hold on to your legs behind your knees. Feel for sacrum, the back bottom of the pelvis, getting heavy onto the earth. Breathe down into pelvis. Exhale, soften at the hip crease. Take a breath down into low belly. Exhale, start to extend the right leg out. It may or may not straighten. Inhale, bring it back in to your pelvis, right heel to pelvis. Exhale, left leg out. Take some small movements like that. Lengthening and folding one leg at a time, back and forth. And if things feel pretty smooth, you'll pair the movement with a breath and maybe feel how that windshield wipe action of the thighs does rock your spine side to side. And here, allow that to happen, rolling from your right side to your left side, massaging back body. If you want to turn this into more of a half happy baby, you can reach for your ankles or your feet. Couple more breaths in this meditation, and you can use them to continue to rock out. Or if your inner thighs, hamstrings are feeling pretty open, you can start to extend both legs simultaneously. Maybe like a wide half happy baby, if not all the way to straddle. Bring the soles of the feet together. And if you can reach your ankles, it's helpful to use your hands. Start to rub the feet together. Get some topical heat and tingling in the feet, like you would rub your hands together. Of course, you don't have to use your hands. You can just try to use your feet as if they are hands. They'll be awkward. They're not used to being hands. So be amused and breathe. All right, hug your knees into your chest. Circle your ankles out 3 times in one direction. And 3 circles in the other direction. Set your feet on the floor. Let's do arm glide leg slides. Put your hands on your hips. Feel for sacrum, back of pelvis heavy on your mat. Breathe the back bottom ribs down towards your mat. If they're arching up a lot, then I suggest putting something underneath your head And if you have something under your head, your spine, you feel like your back is still arching, then put something underneath your shoulders and then make your head even a little higher. Ramp your upper body. Breathe the back bottom ribs down, relax the low belly out, and slide the left heel forward until your leg is straight. Even if you're on a sticky mat, see if it can be a fairly fluid motion. Exhale, pull your low belly in to pull the left heel. Back in, foot on the floor. Breathe the back bottom ribs onto the mat, relax low belly, and slide right foot forward. Exhale, pull low belly in, bring the right heel in. By the way, if you have like a hard floor, you can put your sweat towel, or maybe you have a Swiffer rag, that'd be convenient, right on your floor, and slide your heels on that. Inhale, low belly out, relax, send left leg out. Exhale, pull low belly in, left foot in. Breathe back bottom ribs out, right leg out. Exhale, engage the low abdominals to pull the right knee in. So it's not just the thigh muscles working, it's your abdominals. Option to add an arm. Inhale, slide left leg out, reach right arm overhead. Exhale, everything comes back to center. Breathe back bottom ribs out, slide right leg out and reach left arm up. Exhale, center. One more to each side, your choice to use the arms or not. Or if you just want to focus on the arms, do just arms. Relax the arms down alongside the body when you're done. Little baby bridge lifts. Lift and spread your toes. Press your feet down. Inhale. Press your hips to the sky. An option to reach the arms up overhead. Just a tiny lift. Exhale, lower sacrum down, lower arms down. Keep pressing with your feet the whole time. Make your legs and butt do the work. Inhale, press down to press hips up. Maybe arms up. Exhale, lower down. 3 more breaths on your own. And when you're done, return to either knees to chest or happy baby, or any position that allows you to feel your low back on the mat, settling. So it's nice to pause after we've done an exercise and feel the echo of the movement. It doesn't matter so much whether you like the way it feels or not, but witness it and watch it dissolve. Or give your body the time and space to respond, to resolve it in its own way. All right, let's head to all fours. We'll do cat-cow variation, the craniosacral rock and glide. If you'd prefer not to be in a tabletop, even on your elbows, I'll cue this in a sitting position also. if you can't figure that out. But we'll start in hands and knees. And take a few straightforward cats, cows, or any movements now that your whole spine is free to move. Breathe, play, notice what you feel like now. And then come to a neutral tabletop. So we can start this together. This will be a little bit thinky. So keep breathing. Inhale into your cow tilt. Drop your heart, or drop your belly, lift your heart, lift your tail. Now keep your spine in this orientation swayed down as you drop your chin down to your chest. And then exhale into a cat stretch. Keep your spine in cat stretch. Lift your chin up and rock the weight back towards your feet a little bit, a little sway. Cow tilt or dog tilt if you prefer. Open the chest. Keep the chest open, drop the chin, and rock your weight towards your fingertips. Reverse the spine up to the sky, cat stretch. Leave the spine arching up, lift your chin, rock your weight back towards your feet. Drop your ribs down for cow tilt. Then drop your chin and rock towards fingers. Then round your spine up to the sky, cat stretch. As you arch your spine, look forward and rock back towards your feet. Again, cow tilt, open chest, then drop chin to chest. Rock towards fingers. Cat stretch, round spine. Lift chin, rock towards feet. We'll do 2 more together. This moves the cerebral spinal fluid that runs up and down from your brain to your spinal cord. Cow tilt. This is the rhythm it moves in, moves your bones in. Keep your heart lifted, drop your chin. Rock to your fingers. Cat stretch. Round your spine to the sky. Then lift your chin. Rock to your feet. All right, find a resting position, whether you need to shake it off with some straightforward cat cows, or you prefer to come into child's pose or belly down shavasana. And see if you can feel the echo of the glide. Well, you might not feel it, but just notice what you notice in the echo of the movement. Let's make our way up to standing. We'll do a few half sun salutes. In variation 1, we'll do the catcher stance variation. So feet wider than your Tadasana, wider than your hips. And for some bodies, turning the toes out feels nice to the low back when we do catcher stance. Inhale your arms up or just out. Exhale, catcher stance. Bring your hands or elbows onto your thighs as you bend your knees and curl into a little ball. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin in. Like a standing cat cow, inhale, untuck, heart forward, tail back. And then exhale, curl back up. Feel for the tail pointing down to the feet as you rise to stand. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to your heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, catch your stance. Curl into a ball. Inhale, uncurl. Exhale, curl. Inhale, rise. Exhale to the heart. Once again together, inhale. Exhale, fold. Catch your stance. Inhale, uncurl. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastiti. 3 more rounds, and you may choose to do it exactly like that, or you can step your feet closer together in Tadasana to dive or roll down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, catch your stance or a forward fold over your legs. Inhale, unfurl. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in, catch your stance or forward fold. Inhale, unfold. Everyone, hearts open, shoulders back. And exhale, fold back in, long necks. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. We'll take a moment to pause, thumbs against the heart, feel it beat. You can gaze at the floor or close your eyes, gaze inside. And then feel your feet on the floor. This feels like a good place to shift into grounding. And feet are separated, a little wider than hips width. And again, do what feels grounded to you. Knees soft. I would sit back just a little bit so you feel solid on your feet. Like suddenly your cat were to spring at you, you wouldn't be knocked off by your cat. All right. Now feeling both feet on the floor, shift your attention to the bottom of the right foot, sinking into the ground. And start to shift your weight that way. The weight may or may not come off the left foot, but I want you to feel for the right foot melding, almost like it's driving down into the earth. And then come back to center. Feel both feet on the floor. Shifting into left foot, first with your attention and then with your body weight. And then come back to both feet on the floor. Now you're already doing this, but imagine the ceiling is already at the top of your head. So your head's not going to bob up and down at all. As you go side to side, 2, maybe 3 more times on your own, shifting your weight from one leg to center. Make sure you feel center, and then to the other. And the leg you're not grounding, that foot may float up in any position, but the rest of the body feels steady. It can be helpful to find one place to focus the eyes. And if you've got a good sense of that, shifting from center to one leg without bobbing up and down at all, let's take 1 or 2 more rounds feeling for eliminating some of the side-to-side motion, sending the standing foot down as the other foot gets lighter. All right, next time your weight shifts over to the left, slide the right foot next to the left foot. And leave the toes down as the heel comes up and your knee turns out. Right foot resting against the left leg grounded, your tree trunk. Vrikshasana variations. Let's start one hand on belly, one hand on heart. If the not grounded leg wants to start to grow up into any other kind of tree, it might work its way up the left leg. I don't recommend putting pressure into the knee joint. You can keep your hands as they are or shift into any other hand position. Option to interlace fingers and send palms to the sky. And then slowly come down. Feel both feet on the floor. If possible, just feeling the heat, the energy moving down off your standing leg. You may need to dance it out a little bit, and that's fine. Shake it off. Until you can come into a place where you can simply settle both feet into the earth. Shift your attention to right leg. Feel all parts, the front of the foot, the heel of the foot, the inner foot, the outer foot. Sinking down to the earth, and maybe the left foot slides closer. So the heel touches, your knee turns out. Vrikshasana variation. Hand on belly and heart. If possible, switching which hand you used before if you can figure out which one that is. Eyes steady, breath full. Even if your tree grows and changes, even if your tree sways and has to start again. So it's awesome to feel for the steadiness when we can just be here. This is the steadiness we also want to find those days when we have to fall out and start again, fall out, start again. All right, Samastitihi, feel both feet on the floor. Option to dance it out or simply feel and breathe, let it go. Let's come into a catcher stance for wrist stretches. Soften your knees, bring your elbows onto your thighs. Turn your right palm up or turn your right palm forward, fingers down. Take your pinky finger with your left hand. Inhale, draw that finger out from your hand and draw it back. And then move through each finger that way, one breath at a time. So stretch out, not trying to pop the knuckle, but make some space. And then stretch it back, stretch the skin of the hand taut. with the thumb. Make sure you look at the thumb to see what angle it moves out of the hand on. I do want you to traction it on its normal angle. And then release into a forward fold. Option gorilla variation, Padahastasana. Inhale, look forward. Slide your hands underneath your feet. You can bend your knees a lot to get your toes all the way to the wrists. And you can leave your body on your thighs, stretch your tail back like a gorilla shape. Or you can straighten the legs back into forward fold. You can wiggle your toes, massage your wrists. And then free your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Send your arms out to the side. Press your palms out, fingers pointing up to stretch the back of the hand. And then we'll fold in one finger at a time. Take a breath. Exhale, fold in your thumb, and then curl one finger at a time over your thumbs until you have fists that are holding the thumbs. Then turn your fists down to the floor to stretch out through the heel of the hand, the back of the hand, back of the wrist. Reach out to widen through the shoulder blades, through the chest, and stretch out through the back of the forearm. Exhale, relax your arms completely. Return to your catcher stance. Turn the left hand forward, fingers pointing down. Take hold of the pinky finger. Inhale, lengthen the finger from the joint. Exhale, stretch the finger back and press the heel of the hand forward. And do each finger, a breath per finger. And when you're complete, release into a forward fold. An option to return to Padahastasana. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need so you can get the toes all the way onto your wrists. The backs of hands are on the floor. And you can use this like a squat sitting back, stretching out the wrists. Or you can straighten the legs into forward fold and tuck your chin in. And free your hands. Shift your weight to your heels to get your hands out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Through catcher stance is great. Samastitihi. This time, open the arms wide with your palms open, same direction as chest. Take a breath. This time we'll start at pinky finger and exhale, articulate, folding one finger at a time if possible. Leaving your thumbs on top, reach out through the thumbnails to widen through your collarbones. And like you're holding two really heavy kettles of water, start to pour the water, the tea, right out to the sides, stretching through the thumb side of the wrist. Soften jaw and tops of shoulders. And then relax your arms. Interlace your fingers. And do some circles, figure eights with your fists. And then see if you can figure out how to do the reverse of that. That was trickier than I thought it'd be. All right, shake it off. One last standing series. Coming into goddess, step your feet 3 feet apart, angle out your toes 45 degrees, bend your knees, open your arms into goalposts, squeezing shoulder blades back. Now let's just practice the foot motion first. Take a breath here. And then exhale, straighten your legs and turn the toes in, pivot on your heels, if that's okay on your knees. And then inhale, turn the toes out, sit down. Exhale, stand, turn your toes in. Good. Inhale, turn the toes out, sit down. Exhale, turn your toes in, self-hug, left over right. Inhale, open into goddess. Exhale, turn toes in, hug yourself right over left. If the foot motion is too much, you can skip it. Inhale, goddess. Exhale, left over right. Inhale, open. Exhale, close it in. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, left over right. Either stay here in the hug, and if your shoulders are tweaky, it might feel better to keep the elbows down, not too tight a hug. Or you can start to walk the fingers around your back to squeeze, and that might turn into an eagle if you want to thread the right underneath the left. And if you want to add the legs, you can shift your weight onto the left foot and cross right thigh over right thigh over left. Maybe twining the foot, maybe leaving toes on the floor. That's up to you. And eagle sit back if you can, squeezing the tops of your inner thighs. Take a breath and slowly unwind everything. Goddess, sit down, open your chest, stretch it out. And exhale, give yourself a hug right on top of left. And again, this can be a really gentle position, elbows down, chin down, breathing, allowing these lymph glands and muscles to be massaged by the shape and by the movement of your breath. You'll feel it open and close. Or you can turn it into eagle, maybe even adding the left thigh on top of the right. Unwind. One more time into catcher stance. Bend your knees. This time, tuck your tail back as a way to stretch your back. And if it feels right for you to keep sitting down into your squat to head down to your seat, take your time. You can dance it out on your way. Or put your hands down and guide yourself down to your seat in a way that makes sense to you. Actually, all the way down onto your back. Lie down. Once you're on your back, heading for Shavasana, take some soothing motions, maybe rocking with your knees to your chest, maybe opening into a happy baby, or Ardha Shavasana with your knees bent, simply settling the low back into the earth. And eventually, feet on the earth. Press the feet down like you're doing a baby bridge, but barely lift your hips. Tuck your tailbone under, and then roll your pelvis back down. So you end up with your low back even a little more settled, maybe. And from there, you may straighten out one leg at a time, or maybe you let the knees start to rest together if they can relax that way. Any other adjustments you might need to let go? And these days I am liking to spread my Shavasana a little wider than usual, a little more five-pointed star. So if that feels right to you, simultaneously expanded and settling, you can try that. And if you're ready to come up, take a slow, full breath. Sigh it out your mouth. Move slow as you bend your knees to ease over. Well, either ease over to your side, or you can catch the backs of your legs and kick your legs up to sitting. The palms come together, the thumbs against your sternum. Lift your heart. May we benefit from our practice. And may our practice heal not only us, may it ripple out to all beings in all the world. Namaste.